Nick, we are back at it. And what do we have on the dyno?
We have a Mark 7.
Mark 7.
I was wondering if it was 7 or 7.5, but we have a Mark 7 Golf R on the dyno. It's running intake downpipe, stock turbo with Unitronic Stage 2 tune, I believe. Customer wants a before and after on the dyno instead of just an after. Because we're pretty much promised at that 500 wheel mark. Right. This is another one of those, you know, kits that we're doing. So we're gonna see what it makes on the Stage 2 tune from Unitronic on the stock turbo, and then we're gonna be doing Vortex XL, like basically my 500 wheel kit. Right. Vortex XL, fueling, low pressure pump, MPI, the ground kit. We're not gonna be doing a wire tuck and valve cover on this one. He's gonna do that once he needs chains, because when you do chains, we can take off that valve cover at the same time. So we'll do that later on, because the car only, I believe, has 70,000 miles on it. Cool. So yeah, that's gonna be a before and after. It'll be pretty cool to do that, to see what somebody else's tune's making, you know? Yeah, for sure. But the car, you know, it has nothing to do with Unitronic. The car has been, you know, Stage 2, he said, for a while now. It's been great, but he's looking for some more power, and we're going to be doing Pro Flex tune, which allows us to do pretty much live, not basically put E85 in it, tune it to that, and then drain the tank, put it to 93, switch your map to 93, tune it to that. We're gonna have like pretty much Pro Flex, which means you could have 85 or 93 in the tank. The sensor is gonna tell the tune to blend it, the tune's gonna blend it into the ECU, and basically you have, you know, live, you know, tuning, which allows you to have a flex fuel tune. Sweet. Instead of map switching. So let's see what it makes Stage 2.
Let's get a run, we'll check out the numbers, and then we'll get this thing inside and torn down. Guys, and let's see what this made.
It looks like stock turbo Uni Stage 2, we made 328 all-wheel horsepower and 353 all-wheel torque. So pretty much 330, 350. So 330 horsepower, 350 wheel. Again, that is Stage 2 stock turbo, and 330 is honestly what I usually see on these. Yep. No matter if it's, you know, other tunes are going to be a little bit different, or the torque curve is going to be different between cars. But 330, I mean, we're pretty much right there. So we're going to get this off the dyno now, start ripping everything apart. Since it's nice and hot now, we're going to start with the fueling system. And while we're doing the MPI, Dan went ahead and got me a water pump, because it's pretty much free labor to do that now.
Awesome. And you know those always go bad.
Yes, I think it's actually, I forgot if I told him it was seeping or whatever, but we're pretty much going to start ripping it apart and saving the turbo for last now. If not later in the day today, or if not early tomorrow morning, just because it's so hot now from running it on the dyno. But yeah, maybe we'll start with removing the bumper and doing the front. We're doing a front mount on this too.
Sweet.
So let's get it next door back on my lift and start ripping it apart, you know?
Let's do it.
But Tyler.
Yeah.
What's like 500 minus 330?
I don't know. 170?
I mean, we're going up to 500 wheel just by changing.
We're almost going to be gaining, like, I would say 200. Roughly 200.
Wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 330.
Because we'll probably be at like 510, like the last one.
Yeah, the last one. So, I mean, it's crazy to gain 200 wheel from slapping on some parts. 200 wheels a lot. That's like a whole nother car.
And guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah, which
is awesome.
Yeah, these parts plus this tune is literally, you're pretty much guaranteed 500 wheel. Yeah. The last one made 515 actually.
Which is sweet. So if you guys want this done, definitely let us know. Nick has it down to a science.
This is pretty much kind of like our Stage 1 kit, because this is on stock internals. So stock internal. So the next one will go stage 2, and that basically guarantee you 600 wheel. And then my stage 3 kit is basically a full engine build plus bigger head studs in the block. Also head porting on the cylinder head, and that could get us up into the 700 pluses, and that's what you'll see coming on Brett's A3.
Yep.
But right after this one, we are dead set on getting Geos done, and that is a stage 3. And that has the Typhoon turbo on it, so hopefully we should be making 700 on that. The only downfall on that is, instead of dealing with DSG, we're dealing with a 6-speed manual transmission, so we're going to see what the limitations are on that. The clutch isn't the limitations, but we're going to see if we shred a gear or not, because I haven't made that much power on a Mark 7 GTI yet. That's manual. DSG, no problem.
Sweet. Let's get this thing inside.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, we got the R in the bay. We're all unboxed here.
Yeah, we're all unboxed. So this is pretty much your 500 wheel kit. You know.
Give us a quick rundown.
So we need an intercooler.
Okay.
Obviously, for that kind of power, you know, especially in the summertime. But we need an intercooler to cool the charge temps, and he doesn't have a front camera on this or the adaptive cruise control, so we're gonna go ahead and do a front mount on this. So look pretty aggressive coming from the front. It's actually like a bi-cooler, so we're gonna go with the 4-inch core on this, and we're going to go to we're going to attach the core. We're going to attach the core to this, and then it's also going to go to the stock intercooler. So it's actually going to have this
a double
mount
a double
plus the stock intercooler.
Nice.
Yes, it's going to be a bi-cooler, so it's going to have both 2025. You could be bi if you want. So,
Yeah.
Then besides that, we have the EQT Vortex XL,
There it is.
because this is our 500 kit. It's not, you know, 600, 700. I pick a different turbo out for you guys, but this is going to make 500 wheels, so we are going to be running 29 to 30 pounds on a Vortex XL to make that power. We also have a Euro manifold. With this, you know, mileage, there's carbon buildup, and the amount of, you know, pretty much carbon buildup that's all in this. These are just so cheap nowadays that you should just grab one of these, and then instead of fiddling around and putting these nut inserts and stuff in the manifold, you go ahead and get a Euro manifold off a 4-cylinder Porsche over in Germany. We just grab those. And then this is the MPI fuel rail from Precision Raceworks. Also, we have an install kit from Precision Raceworks. We have a wiring harness, MPI wiring harness from Precision Raceworks. Because we're taking the manifold off, remember I told you we're going to go ahead and replace the water pump for him. And then we have a 4-bar, we have a 5-bar combo. We have a 5-bar map and a 5-bar T-map. So we have map and put sensors, 5-bar map and put sensors. We're just doing all 5-bar on this car because they could read boost and vacuum. 4-bar on these can't, and then 3 bars could. So if you do 4-bar, 5-bar combo, you get a little bit of a wonky idle. So we just went right to 5-bar. And then we have the 925cc Precision Raceworks injectors, that all these are going to be going into the manifold. And then we have new DI injectors because, you know, they're common failure points after 60,000 miles. So instead of sending them out waiting 2 weeks for, you know, a fuel injector clinic or a mirror and fuel injection to clean them for us, we'll go ahead and send these out to have another set on the shelf. But we're going to just put new injectors in at this time since they're, you know, cheap enough. And then we have the RS3 low pressure pump sitting on my toolbox right there with a new gasket.
Cool.
And it's pretty much everything to make your 500 wheel. We have to get rid of the carbon fiber.
Are you going to be doing your wire tuck at all, or? We're
not going to be doing a wire tuck. We're going to be doing a wire tuck, and so he likes his carbon fiber, obviously.
Yeah, looks good.
So what we're going to do is we're going to leave everything alone, and then when it's time for him to do chains, we're going to do the coolant tuck, the evap tuck, the wire tuck. We're going to and powder coat the valve cover blue.
Sweet.
But for now, we're going to do all the performance stuff and worry about that stuff later when it's time to do chains on his car. So now we're, you know, the only other thing you guys saw on Nick's is, and it's not necessarily recommended, you don't need it right now, is the catch can kit. You know, you could always do that in the future. It would be nice for him to do it now in the winter, but, you know, that always adds a significant, you know, $500 to $600 to $700 to the bill. So, and we're already, it's a good amount of parts, but we're getting 200 wheels. So you only live once.
Let's tear this thing down.
Let's get it down. And obviously the only thing we're not doing on this car is a downpipe. It already has it.
Cool.
So we're gonna let the turbo go ahead and cool down, and I'm either gonna do water pump and fueling mods right now, or I'm gonna take the bumper off and start with the intercooler mod right now, because we're gonna let the turbo cool down and do that later tonight or tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Nick.
I love you.
Meanwhile.
All right, Nick.
Yeah,
we are
so
back.
little update. So what we have here is the intake manifold off, the engine raviolis, which are full of carbon. We have those out of the cylinder head. We also have the water pump off, and the water pump kit that Dan got us for this car, everything's fine on it, but it didn't come with the union that goes from the water pump to the oil cooler. So we always put a new union in, so I had to get that from the dealer real quick, so we're waiting on that. So I'm gonna button this up today. I'm basically gonna put the union in, the new water pump in, get it all buttoned up, and then tomorrow come in the morning, blast these valves real quick, walnut blast these valves real quick, clean them up. We don't have to make them spotless, because since we're adding MPI, and we pretty much make them spotless, but there's a little film, the MPI is gonna take care of that. So he never has to worry about a carbon clean again. That's the best thing about doing MPI.
Sweet.
So then we'll put the manifold on, MPI. The turbo is going to be nice and cool because it's been sitting all day. And tomorrow morning we can focus on getting the turbo on after we hook up the MPI. Then we just put the low pressure RS3 pump in. Fred is out of flex fuel kits right now. So he has a shipment coming in tomorrow. Once that comes in, I'm going to take a ride over to UM, grab me a flex fuel kit, come back, wire that up, and we should be getting on the dyno with under a quarter of a tank of 93 pump gas. Jeff's probably going to need, you know, 2-3 runs on that. Gets it pretty dialed in. I have these setups pretty dialed in perfectly. Once that's the case, Dan went ahead and grabbed us, I believe, 10 gallons of E85.
Awesome.
So we'll be putting that in. We'll be getting like E40 or greater. That's what Jeff likes. She's ready to rip. But right now, ready to rip, buttercup. As of right now, Tyler, we are all apart. Now we are going to go together. If we can find the union. Where's the union? Oh, we have to put the new injectors in too. But first, we have to put the union in with the water pump. And that is going to be new water pump. And I just don't know where. Oh, union. No,
Did
that's
it get dropped off yet?
No, it's right here. No, we're not. New union. So this right here. Where's a little butt plug? Here we go. So this goes into here. This goes into the oil cooler. This end right here. And then we don't not have any little leaky. No more. No more leaky.
Until it needs a new water pump.
Until it needs a new water pump.
Did you?
No, that was the guy that just went back there and used the bathroom. I'm gonna scream. So guys, as you know, my bay's right next to the bathroom door, and a customer just went back there and literally annihilated the bathroom and then walked out. He was talking to Justin like nothing happened. And right now you may think I'm talking normal, but I just want to let you guys know I'm literally talking without smelling because that's how bad it is. Dude, it's bad. Oh!
Holy, I can't breathe.
What's so funny?
You're a fucking customer. Go back there. Okay? Go back there.
What?
He's scared to walk. All right, Nick. Give us the update on the Golf R. How are we feeling?
Why don't you go look outside, Tyler?
A little snowy out there, Fudge.
Yep.
but we do whatever it takes here at ACI to
Tell 'em.
to make sure the job gets done for the customer on their deadline.
How we looking?
Right now we have the new Vortex XL going in. I drove all the way here and I forgot the keys for my truck.
That's how we're feeling?
Got the new turbo going in. We're gonna get this buttoned up. This is the last piece of the puzzle.
So,
Except I need a flex fuel sensor. We're waiting on UN to send me a flex fuel sensor.
RS3 fuel pumps in.
Everything's in. After the flex fuel sensor and the turbo, we can get first start. I do want to tell you though, I'm very, very impressed and happy with how sexy the front mount intercooler is.
Let's check it out. There it is.
Dude.
It's nice. It fits nice. No trimming or anything
Yeah,
needed.
I really, like some of the ducts on the right hand side, the protective ducts like over the AC lines, that has to come out for that. It looks like a front mount looks so good on this car.
Sweet.
But we got the old turbo out.
We're gonna be getting wrapped up here, guys.
Got the old turbo out.
We're gonna get a cold start shortly, and then we'll be getting this thing on the dyno to prove to you guys over and over again that this is just the guaranteed 500 wheel kit on a stock block.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Nick. All right, Nick. What do we got going on here?
Tyler, so we got the turbo in.
Yep.
But as you see, the wastegate connector is here. And the stock, can you see the stock one right here? I'm wiggling. You see it?
Below there.
So it's down below there. Obviously that can't connect to that. So what we have here is the turbo hand.
Zoom in on that real quick, Nick.
Turbo hand.
Wow.
Extension harness. So
And what does that do?
What we're gonna do is, if you look right here, we're gonna plug this right here. It's down there. So we're gonna get to it. Hold on, here, click, ready? Here the click, so
Yep.
that's in there. So this is attached to the car side now. And then right here, we don't have to make any modifications to the factory wiring harness. Right here, we just plug that in right here. And
as
that
that,
right
huh?
there, look at that.
Let me get in there.
The turbo hand extension harness. If you guys want those, let me know.
They are for sale.
They are for sale. Ship them right to your door.
Or just bring the car here.
I'll send you
Simple as
I'll
that.
send you a keychain too and a sticker.
Or just bring the car here. Simple as
We're
that.
gonna get some temporary tattoos too.
Nick,
Yeah, so we just went into the gas station and we topped it off real quick. No, we didn't top it off. We got some 90s. So with these brushless pumps, you can't run them that low compared to just a normal stock pump. The brushless pumps will overheat and lean out. You don't want to do that. So
we made our way to the dyno.
That's nice.
Can't even tell you did anything.
Yeah, so you can't see anything that I did, but you know, what we have here is, here's our flex fuel sensor, you can see that. But you can see, if you want to see our MPI is under there. See our MPI right there? So we do have the MPI there. We do have our turbo kit on it. We do have our front mount.
Front mount looks awesome.
Full turbo back exhaust. Fueling modification, you know, low pressure, MPI. And we're gonna make 500 wheel. But we're not gonna make 500 wheel right now. Remember, we always start at 15 PSI and we work our way up.
Well, let's give him a pull, and then
A pull on 15 PSI.
Well, we'll just give him a pull.
On 15 PSI.
All right, and then we'll do the final pull, and then show him the difference in the results.
And what were the results? Oh, 330. 330, right, with stage 2?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go from 330 to 500. So it's a good, this is, How much do you think it costs to go from 330 wheel to 505 wheel?
I don't know.
What'd you want to say? You said it's almost 200 wheel gain?
Close.
It's like 170. How much did it cost?
Tell them.
I'm asking you.
Or should they contact Brett in the office?
Alan, how much did it cost to gain 200 wheel on a Volkswagen?
Too much. Way too much.
$10,000.
All right, Nick.
Yeah. So, so we went from 15 PSI on pump gas,
Yep.
sent the log, and then we upped that, everything was good, so we upped that to 22 PSI, sent another log to Jeff, and then we upped it, and now we did a log on 22 and 30. Everything looks good on pump gas, so now we're on E60. We added the 85 in, so now we're on E60. We're running the flex tune now. We did a log and a pull on 30 PSI, and Jeff liked it. Torque's a little bit too high for my liking, so we're gonna dim that down a little. So now we're gonna have the finishing touch tune. We're gonna flash that right now, and then we're gonna log 30 PSI and see what that looks like. See if we can bring down the torque a little bit and manage the horsepower and torque, the curve, a little bit better, and it should be dialed in. And on the last pull, we made 495, so we're pretty much at our 500 mark. But we're going to see what it makes. This should be the last file, if not one more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get a pull and then let's check out the numbers. All right, guys, we're switching to an inside pull for the final run. Let's see how we do.
So we're gonna get it into fourth gear. Third gear is too fast, and why fourth gear, you must ask? Because it's our 1-to-1 ratio on this DQ 250. So we're gonna be in fourth gear. We're gonna be below 2,000 RPMs because our test is going from 2,100 to 68. We are also going to go on to UM server. We're gonna hit start recording. It's gonna give all the data that we need. And we're gonna start this test.
Awesome.
Ready?
Yep.
.505 wheel. Told you, 500 every time. 505 on this one though.
All right, Nick, how do we do?
Good. 510 wheel? No, 511 wheel.
Check it out. What we got going on?
So remember right here, stock turbo Unitronic stage 2 made 328. Sorry, 328, 350. And then my turbo hand stage 1 kit, which we have mentioned, all the mods, stock motor UM tune went from 328 to 511 and 350 torque to pretty much 450 torque,
Awesome.
440.
And the graph looks
so
fantastic.
yeah, so right here, the light red, that's stock. Not stock, that's stage 2.
Yep.
And we went from this to this.
Wow.
And then for torque, we went from this to this. So
That's awesome.
yeah, pretty much like almost 200 wheel.
Let's get this thing on the road, Nick. And do
Yeah,
a little
we're gonna get it unstrapped right now. I'm gonna take a picture real quick to post it, but let's go see how it feels on the road.
Let's do it. All right, Nick, we are in the 500 wheel horsepower Golf R. Pulls pretty good, huh?
Feels so good.
How do you feel?
We have to add, oh yeah, I gotta add washer fluid because I drew his washer fluid out.
Feels good.
Yeah. So nice, Tyler. Let's get a little race mode. So, like I said, this kit the stage 1 kit from me over and over again. It's just a proven $499 to $510 wheel. Yep. I mean, we haven't had many actually dip under 5 for a while. This is nice.
It's awesome.
You want you want to do a flyby and maybe look at the intercooler coming down the road?
Yeah.
Here, get out.
All right.
This is the best thing, Tyler.
Dude, it sounds crazy on the outside.
No.
Yeah. It's fast, Nick. How you feeling?
It feels so good.
It looks good too.
Let's go put washer fluid in it, and then Dan's gonna come back down from Rhode Island or New York. I forget where he's from. I think New York, Rhode Island. He's gonna come down and pick up the car tonight or tomorrow morning. But he went from 330 wheel to 510. So
that's awesome.
Let's go ahead and put some washer fluid in it and
send it on its way.
Send it on its way.
If you guys want this done, it's pretty
I got
down
it down to a science. I need the
Yeah.
car for 3 days.
And that's it.
Yeah, 3 days.
Give us a shout.